Welcome to Tomorrow's World Answers, where we answer your questions straight from the Bible. The first few chapters of Genesis contain a fascinating account of creation. One question arising from this account comes from the belief that God made light on day 1 of creation and the sun on day 4. Did God create light before the sun? When looking at the first few chapters of Genesis, the time frame is of utmost importance. Be sure to watch the Tomorrow's World telecast titled Why Creationists Are Wrong. This video explains that there was an original creation in verse 1, and then a recreation of the earth beginning in verse 3 after a cosmic battle left the world in ruins. Genesis 1 and verse 3 begins the telling of the first day of this recreation. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. The account goes on to describe an evening and morning as being the first day. It is hard to imagine evening and morning being discernible without a sun. In verse 2, we are told that the Spirit was hovering over the waters, the Hebrew term referring to water in its liquid state. This would require a heat source such as the sun, or else the water would have been a block of ice. Let's read of the fourth day and note something important. Then God made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day. The word made is translated from the Hebrew asa, which can also be translated as set or appointed. Compare this to the word used to describe God creating the animals, fish, birds, and even man. That word is bara, which is often used to describe the creation of something new. It appears as though the creation account is written from the perspective of earth. Certainly the reference to evenings and mornings to separate the various stages of creation would support this. It is very possible that the atmosphere was obscured enough that the difference between light and dark was clear, but the source of that light could not be seen from the surface of the earth. This is the likeliest of explanations. God had already created light on the 4th day. From the perspective of the earth, the sun, the moon, and the stars were appointed as the source of that light was made clear. To submit a question for the show, email us at twanswers@tomorrowsworld.org. Be sure to watch us online at twcanada.org or by searching Tomorrow's World Answers on YouTube.